Okay. They'll be in a minute. Our mic is up. Okay. Let me see something.
Just woke up, it's a blessing. Time to go spread this message. Can't get no testimony if you ain't never been tested. More hit my phone, I'm pulling up. I ain't bought the be texting. And whatever them people's talking about, tell them to bet it. You know they gon' believe you when you answer all they questions. That's why a real leader only move with real steps. Lifting that heavy metal, only way to deal with pressure. Just slice it up like some paper and throw it in the shredder. I hear they passing out indictments to all of the fellas. We know the story, we just waiting to find out who tell it. When they sent me down to the feds, I was really stressed. I told myself I ain't coming back, bitch, I learned my lesson. The devil was alive, why you acting surprised? Jesus told me he seen Satan falling out the sky. That's probably why I keep on hearing both these babies die. It's a war going on, nigga, gotta choose your side. Put faith in God, that's the one that made it happen for me. Did hit my plug, cause I know my man got it for me. What's up with you? Look at your face, why you ain't happy for me? That's probably cause I got your baby mama clapping for me. Okay, let's get this paper. I never been a hater. Just got the house outside the city with the nosy neighbors. They see me pull up in that Audi looking so amazing. Even though they be waving, nigga, that don't make them racist. Okay, switch it up. I'm so lit with my cup. She say, why you keep on drinking, bitch? Cause I ain't drunk enough. I can't be exclusive with you, shorty. That is not for us. Right now, can you back it up? I'm trying to eat what you got for lunch. I pulled up in my phone. Bitch, you know the shit that I'm on. Can't compare to none of these niggas. I ain't doing the shit that they doing. Say she wanna roll with me because you born. Since I caught you since sleeping, I'ma make you keep snoring, nigga. Want me to break it down, then you gotta fuck it up. Want me to bust it down, then you gotta fuck it up. Want me to break it down, then you gotta fuck it up. You gotta fuck it up, bitch, you better fuck it up. I told him all that ass shaking, moving all around. All that ass shaking, moving all around. Throw it in the air, bouncing on the ground. Do it just like make it sound. Want me to bust it down, then you gotta fuck it up. Want me to break it down, then you gotta fuck it up. Want me to bust it down, then you gotta fuck it up. You gotta fuck it up, bitch, you better fuck it up. I told him all that ass shaking, moving all around. All that ass shaking, moving all around. Throw it in the air, bouncing on the ground. Do it just like make it sound. Want me to bust it down, then you gotta fuck it up. Bitch, you better fuck it up. Bitch, you gotta fuck it up.
Welcome. As they say in Carolina Kitchen, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in. You are now tuned in to All Over the Place podcast. I have been on, or not I, but we have been on a nice break, in between news cycles. You understand? Last time I left, Kevin Durant was still satisfied with the Nets, but so much time has passed. As you can see, Kevin Durant won everybody fired. He won the water boy. He won the concession stand. He won everybody fired for them to keep. Man, he wants out of there. KD, look, whatever you want to do, man. Look, to be honest, before we get into prayers up, because we got a lot of prayers up. I've been out for a month. It's a lot of people that are in my circle or who have been in my past and who are part of my upbringing, who are people that I encountered with who have played roles in my life to make me who I am, which, none of us who are who we are just by ourselves. It takes a combination of spirit, souls, love, even in some instances, hate, all kinds of attributes to build you up as an individual. You just got to figure out which way you want to go with everything that's been molded to you, because you are clay. So you got to figure out, what you really want to do with your life. But a lot of things are going, if you live long enough, you're going to lose people. This is one of the things that, is happening now at a more rapid pace than what it used to. Really, people have been dying all our lives. But what's been happening is because there's so many news cycles and outlet and internet, information is being pushed to everybody at tenfold, meaning that what we used to get 20 years ago, 2 or 3 times a day, we're getting it 100 times a day, which makes it harder to, in some cases, to get through because we hear so much. It's all we think about all day. But at the same time, life does continue when we lose life. And prayers up because everyone I think that's involved in listening to this podcast have lost somebody that's been significantly a loved one, a cousin, a brother, auntie, a sister. Everybody has lost someone who they dearly have genuine love for. And, it's been a process for them to put, or push forward. You know what I'm saying? So everybody deals with grief. Definitely some people, actually some people lose people that they're so close to, they never come back. So you got to be real careful with people's mental stability, man. I want to thank everybody who has been inquiring. Man, what's up with the podcast? Y'all quit, y'all retire. No, we have not. Listen, all over the place podcast is not quitting. We have so much to do. It's so much work to do. It's so many people to help. It's so many so many events to go to. It's so many speaking engagements to go. It's so many people that we can assist. It's just so much that we can all do as a better people and better human beings as everybody is trying to actually work on themselves, which everybody should be doing. What you think, honey? You think everybody should be working on themselves? Okay. What you think, Slim? Yeah, it's a process. Some, you got to realize some people now. This is what before we get the prayers up. I want to say this, and then I'm going to prayers up. You got to realize that now some of us have lived through different generations. Some of us have lived through how things are now and how things are 20 years ago. 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, when people didn't have as many guns in our community. People weren't dying at a rapid rate for senseless murders. We got to talk about that. People weren't dying at a rapid rate of senseless murders. Kids, parents, grandparents, aunties getting shot, people getting bullets through the door, through the houses, and people laying in the bed trying to get ready for school and bullets going through kids. Listen, we have a serious problem in our community where we are actually making it harder for our young kids to survive, go to school, and do normal things because they have to live abnormal childhood. They have to stay in the house. They can't come outside. Parents don't want to let them outside because it's so dangerous in certain neighborhoods. They don't know if they let the kid go outside and play, that's going to be the last time they see the kid. Now, this is, the kid's supposed to bury the parent, but the way it's going in our community, it's been instances where the parent is burying the kid, and that's vice versa from how it's written. But whatever the case may be, we have to push forward. And I want to first start out giving prayers up to a few families who lost significant others. I first start out with a long time resident of Riggs Park, everybody from Riggs Park, Northeast Washington, Mr. Witherspoon. Mr. Witherspoon, we lost Mr. Witherspoon, who was a pioneer of our community. Anybody that's been around longer than 25, 30 years knows who Mr. Witherspoon is. He was heavily involved in our community in trying to actually reshape and make it a better place to be. He also, in certain instances, people say, "Yo, he was police up here," but we need police in our community that look like us. We stand a better chance in our community that police look like us than police to look like somebody else. Who else better to police us but to somebody that looks like us? If I was to get pulled over, me personally, and I've been pulled over several times, the first thing, I don't know what y'all do, first thing I look to see is what color the officer is. That's the first thing I look for. Second thing I do is I hit my windows after I pull over. The windows straight down. Third thing I do is I cut the car off. I cut the car off. I cut the car off. Yeah, I'm in park. Park, car off. Now, you're like, hey, cut the car off. So it relaxes him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, because sometimes the car running, you pull up, walk up on the car running, you're like, man, is he going to pull off? Because I've been instant where dude, because I did it. So I know how a police would think because I didn't wait till the police walk up on me when I was on a motorcycle. I wait till he get close. And I pull off. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the advantage now because you out the car. You got to run back to the car. By the time you run back to the car, left, right, I'm gone. You don't know where I'm at. So those are the instances where we had to do it. We was left. I was talking about different instances and we drifted and we went all over the place once again because that's the name of the show, all over the place. We were talking about prayers up to the Witherspoon family and anybody who's related or connected to Mr. Witherspoon because he's a pioneer in our community. I've known him since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? When I first met Mr. Witherspoon, he was living on Chillum Place. And he was cool. He was smooth, Mr. Witherspoon. He was a very fashionable dresser. As a younger guy, me and my man was just in here talking about back in our time, we used to look for older people or somebody to emulate how we might want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because we could look in our community and say, damn, I want to be like him. He's smooth, his hair on his joint wavy, or he got a nice car. Or man, look at them shoes he got on. Man, he dressed nice. Or look at that girl he with. He always got bad girl. It was something. Or for people like me, oh man, he got drugs in every pocket. You know what I'm saying? See, whatever it was that get you, you know what I'm saying? You can look in your own community and try to emulate what you see. Nowadays, y'all looking at people y'all don't even know on reels and all that y'all never seen before. They don't care about y'all. They don't know y'all. They don't know your parents. They don't know where you live at. They could care less if you your last breath or your grandma on your last breath. They, if it ain't helping them, they ain't helping you. You know what I'm saying? And you looking past people that you really connected to get to strangers that you might not even know. We need to build the relationships sometimes closest to us so we can build a bridge of strength. You know what I mean? You ain't always got to, don't get me wrong. Then you can build other relationships because sometimes people outgrow people that they grow up with. That's why it's called growing up. You know what I'm saying? But moving past Mr. Witherspoon, I want to also give prayers out to Walter Mannequin off 14th Street. Walter Mannequin, y'all can look him up. He was the guy who trained young guys for boxing. I met Walter back in 1995, I think. And me and him had an encounter where we, developed a solid relationship. And that's all it's about when you meet somebody, man. Just even if the relationship is short, you just hope it's solid. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've been with a relationship with people, and for 10 years, you'll find out they some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you might know a dude for 6 months. If somebody in the relationship might terminate, but whatever y'all had for the 6 months had value. You know what I'm saying? So it sometimes less is more. That's kind of what I'm kind of saying. Sometimes people get caught up on quantity when you should be focused on quality. You know what I mean? So I want to send a shout out to his family. He also had a son. His son was slain in DC too as well, but he passed away. He wasn't slain. Also want to give a shout out to Mario. Everybody know who Mario is. He passed away. I didn't get a chance to say nothing to because the show, excuse me, was on break. And he had a very nice event put together up there at Emory Heights, right? And a lot of people attended that, and there was a lot of people there, and everybody. He's well known in the metropolitan area, and also want to give a shout out to another guy who passed away within the last bump. That was Michael G. Michael G. also is maybe a couple years. I think me and Mario might be a little bit younger than me, but Michael G. is a couple years older than me. I think Michael G. probably would be. I'm not going to, maybe 62 or so. I ain't sure, but I didn't make his funeral as well because it was so many funerals back to back. Now, also, it's a lot going on. For news, local news, Spread the Love is no longer going to be open at Rhode Island Avenue. The store is shutting down, which is such a beautiful store for the run that he had. He had a long video on everything, enlightening people on what direction he was going. His clothes are still available, online, and he still had Shoe City. He still it has stores, and he's still his line is still in Shoe City. So, it's a setback for a setup for a comeback. So everything in life, and I like his mindset through all what he's going. Some people, when they go through things in life, they like shut down. They don't want, they feel I don't want people to know my business. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that could be putting more burden on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to, and then because when you really hit the wrong gear in life, you'll find out really who really got your best interest because they'll try to assist you, get you right back in the right gear to get you moving in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with you find out, man, do the talk, but man, mama, I told you, you're fine, man. I knew, woo. That's how people are. We've been dealing with that all our life. If you don't know who's who by now, shame on you. Because you should have have done enough business with whoever you know to understand who you're dealing with. You understand? How many times you want to get burned? You know what I'm saying? So, people I'd be saying, man, some of the stuff you got to take upon yourself to say, man, I should never, he burned me once, why I go back over there? You know what I'm saying? You got to hold yourself accountable too. How many chances you won't give it? Man, if a dude stab me, I'm not going back over there trying to, you know what I mean? And thinking I won't get stabbed. Next time he might kill me. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to take them warning sign too still. Moving on past prayers up. We want to talk about one of the hottest things going on right now. And, in the sports world, we got a lot of things going on. Hey, what's up, Pavin? How you doing? In the sports world, we got a lot of things going on one time. We got LeBron James just receiving a 2-year deal extension for $97 million, which could exceed $97 million and go to almost like $110 or $111 million based on incentives. I think that's brilliant. LeBron, kudos to LeBron, whether you like him, whether you asked. See, this is back to what I'm saying. Let's watch people who are making the right moves and helping people. Not just getting everything themselves. You can clearly see them helping people along the way. It ain't all about them because, too much is given, much is required. Me personally, that's probably why I'm not where I could be today because in the process, it's just so hard for me to look at somebody that look like me, to be struggling or nose running or pockets empty or stomach hungry and my belly's full and my nose is dry and, my heat is on and, you know what I mean? It's just the little things in life sometimes you can help people with. It ain't always got to help somebody turn their life around. You know what I mean? You ain't God. So some things people have to do themselves too. You do have to get your wheels turning too. Some people are burnt out from helping people too. A lot of people have helped people and got burned so many times. They're like, look, I ain't helping nobody. But that's, okay. My prayers go out and condolences go out to the Harris family. Mario Harris was my older friend. And like regards, Dirk and Harris family, Mrs. Harris, God rest his soul, Mario as well. The Harris family, Mario was a legend in Washington, D.C., a role model, a great man, all is well. Once again, my regards go out to the Harris family. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Great comment from Derek Bowers. Derek Bowers been in the city, been all in the system, been around, and his name is clean. Sometimes, people got to understand. Me and my wife was talking in the car, right? And I heard a clip where we talked about position, like in life. When I was talking to my wife, and I said the 2 times in my life where I understand about being number 2, I made more money than and I was number 1. And we was thinking about how what you mean when I was listening to somebody talk about number 2 is a role where sometimes the number 1 don't want to look like number 1, so he really want number 2 to look like number 1 because number 1 really want. You know what number 1 want to be? 0. He want to be out the way. He don't even want to be. He don't even want to be. He want to be. See, the real number 1s, they don't even. They don't look like number 1s. The number 2, like if you even go to Paid in Full, Rich Porter, look, you know what I'm saying? See how Ace, you go back, Rich Porter look like number 1. You know what I'm saying? Just to give an example, in case people lost what I'm saying. Rich Porter, he had all people's, you know what I'm saying? Because he was more sociable and all that, and he could get out and all the people loved him. He was more of a people's person. And that's what people want number 1s to look like. But number 1 was AZ. AZ was out the way. You know what I'm saying? AZ was, you know what I mean? He understood. He was watching everything. He was on point. And even AZ was slipping to the point where dude bust his face wide open, shot. You know what I mean? So even trying to stay out the way, you still get it sometime. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So I was thinking about, and me and my wife, because I was saying, man, I've been number one before one time, a couple of times I was number one, and I was able to do more, had more, I was able to help more people and all that. But my profit wasn't as great, right? And it seemed like my number one was more interested in making me a number one. That it was like snow flurries, just so many blessings coming down. You ever seen snow flurry when it's snowing out there? You know what I'm saying? First time, that's how blessings come down too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes blessings come like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying when I say, but some number ones, what's up, Frank? Some number ones are just the opposite. They want you to stay number two because they don't want nobody to be number one. Right. Like my man, Victor Sweets. Victor Sweets all four brothers. See, that's the difference of number ones. You see what I'm saying? Victor Sweets was so caught up in him being number one, he don't want no number two. Who gonna challenge me? Who y'all got for me? You know what I'm saying? He's so caught up in him being everything, he don't even have a number two. See what I'm saying? It's number one and nothing else. Everything else is eights and nines. You know what I'm saying? And that led him to the point where he was so wide open for somebody to say, man, that man be treating y'all like shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just different when you got a number one who really wants you to be number one because he don't want to be number one. You know what I'm saying? It's just different styles. I just try to give up two different scenarios of two different individuals so people can kind of like get a view of what I was saying. And man, we got sports to talk about. We got the Commanders, regardless of what y'all saying. Let's start out with them Commanders. The Commanders look like they're in command. I got to give it to them. They look organized. They look supportive of one another. They look engaged in every play. People who knew they had positions still were patting the guys on the back that might be off the team and might be off the team in 2 weeks. See, those are things you look for, great teammates, because all the greatest teams got the best camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, the players go along with it too, but we already seen what happened with Brooklyn when you can have all the talent, still don't win because you have no camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? He talking about doing one thing, he talking about doing another thing. It don't make no difference how many good motherfuckers we got if we ain't on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So I just tried to give an example of that, and taking Dallas with a little bit, to me, more talent than the Redskins, look more unorganized. They look more sloppy. They look more disengaged. And they also look less prepared, right? And the coach still looked like lost. He didn't have command of the team. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is early. We ain't saying who will win the division because, we like to be the underdog. Right now they got Philly winning the division and the Giants and the Commanders at the bottom. They calling us Commodores and they call us all kinds of names. You know what I'm saying? And moving to another division is real, real tight. You guys, the Chargers, AFC West is the Chargers, the Broncos, the Raiders, and the Chiefs, which the Chiefs have won, but the Chiefs have won that division 6 out of the last 8 years. They've been winning it since Alex Smith was there. So but if you go all the way back to Andy Reid, you do the history of Andy Reid, he did the same thing when he was in Philly when he had McNabb. He had 6 of them out there. McNabb won it 6 times in Philly. And the NFC Championship, lost to Super Bowl. Lost Super Bowl where they say allegedly was spitting up and all that, blah, blah, blah. But we talking sports now. We put sports talk up now. And also, and they understand Frank Hall, which is better known as AKA Frankenstein, pulled my coach to some information. Those are the coaches that understand drafts. They get those dudes in the lower rounds, right? Kelsey. They say Kelsey was way down. I don't know what round he was. The baddest dudes in Kelsey. Now, he not played for the Chiefs, but he played Kamar. They had like 8 dudes up there. All these dudes. What's his name? The one that just paid all the money, the most paid for wide receiver right now. They left the Chiefs. Oh, they left the Chiefs. Tariq Hill. He's a 3rd or 4th rounder. All these guys, they picked. They say these guys know how to pick raw talent. And see, a lot of those guys really. Man, you talking about number 32, the running back, was so smooth. And he was there before Shady. Yeah, Westbrook. That's where they picked Shady because Shady mimicked Westbrook. Right, he was strong because Westbrook back then he stayed hurt a little bit. He did get nicked up a lot, but he had moves that would shake your head off. Still in the what's that? The AFC West. Everybody picking the Chargers out of that. I disagree. I'm gonna go on the limb in that division, and I'm gonna take the Broncos. I'm gonna take Russell Wilson to make a splash. I'm gonna take Russell Wilson to make a splash, knocking the Raiders off. But the Chiefs always are the front runner. Okay. What's up, kid? Kid.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's the earliest I can get in tomorrow?
What's the earliest you can get in tomorrow?
Yeah. 9, 10 o'clock.
No, I ain't got nothing. For real, I don't got nothing. I'm going to squeeze you in. You got to wait a little bit. I ain't got nothing early in the morning.
Okay, so what is the latest?
8:45. This is a 10-minute lunch break. What you want to do? You want to do early in the morning? Okay, let me see. 8. I could squeeze you in before 9. I think I could get you in about 8:45. That good?
What?
8:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
I see. I'm squeezing that, but you my man. I got to squeeze. All right.
Okay. All right.
I see some people. See, listen. That's another thing about my show. Some people I can't refuse. I mean, there's a guy, Yeah, it's local news. A barbershop, 8:45 appointment. My homie. I can't. That's my sandbox. I can't just, I'm on the show. You know what I'm saying? That sound like I think I'm too big. I know what he want. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't call about nothing but unless it makes sense. And he's a working man. He's a inspector of DC. You know what I mean? So he has places to be tomorrow. So. Some people don't have no job. A lot of my clients, some of them, they got no job. You know what I mean? Motherfucker Trinidad, they ain't working, but they working. You know what I'm saying? So everybody ain't got no 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? But, they still got business to tend to. You know what I mean? And as long as they take care of their business, it ain't my business. You taking the Raiders. Hey, Kimmy, you need to get with me with them drinks. I don't know what happened. You just cut off the, well, maybe we don't need to talk about that because I need to talk about that now. How you doing? How's everything? How's the family? Hoping everything's going good. Thanks for tuning in. Also, if you get a chance, everybody who haven't shared the show, subscribe to the All Over the Place podcast. Take a minute out to subscribe to our YouTube page. Go to All Over the Place podcast and subscribe to get the subscribers up. Also, for the NFL, we will be returning with the NFL Pick'em. Last year, we gave away $100 each week to whoever picked the most winners. All you have to do is pick more winners than everybody, and you have a $100 gas cash app. So this is what we do from week 1 to week 17. Now, if you want to know how to participate, what you need to do is go to my number or Deon's number and send in nothing but winners all the way up into the Monday night game. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? All the way to the Monday night game. Everybody need to participate in this. It's a free $100. Just go in your gas tank, because gas is going down. It's down to like less than $4 now, I think. Yeah, it's right there. You know, some of us got premium, so we're a little bit above 4. But I'm not driving my car with premium. You know what I mean? Thank God, because premium, I think, is a little bit more than $4. Am I right? Uncle Chris is listening, and he said, "What's up? This is good. This is a good look, man. Thank you, man. Hey, listen. First of all, Kim, listen. Your uncle is a guy who I grew up 2 grades behind. Him and Rick Cummings used to be like glue when we went to Coolidge. They were in the 12th, and I was in the 10th. So back then, we called that upperclassmen. That's what we called that back then, upperclassmen. And these guys used to dress up every day with polo. And back then, you know, people didn't come to school wearing anything, hoods and all that. They didn't wear all that, you know, hoods. Only people that wore stuff like that was people who were on the football team or the basketball team. If you were a regular student, they dressed up. They wore nice clothes, anti-shaking book bags. They looked like business people, you know, in the 12th grade. You knew these people were going somewhere. You know what I mean? They had ambitions. They had goals. They wanted to be. And when you looked at them and you was in the 10th grade and you know 2 grades from 10th to 12th, there's something to look up to. So when you look up at a 12th grader, you kind of like, you're looking for a guiding pin to how you're supposed to be 2 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a process. Everybody got to realize it's a big difference from the 10th grade and the 12th. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. It's a big difference from the 10th grade to the 12th. And when you have seniors are supposed to be more developed, right? More career oriented, and they have more direction. Where you still, you know, you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out, you know, your R's and N's and all. You know, some people go to get the 10th grade, be too slick, and end up dropping out, you know, because they too fast for their own good. But when you come into the 10th grade with a high school where, you know, you got upperclassmen in the 12th grade and the 12th graders and the seniors on their A game, they give you a good look. Man, Rick Cummings and Chris Charles, we used to look at them and say, man, them jokers smooth. Hey, Slim, they were wearing Calvin Klein's. Calvin Klein's was, yeah, hey, this is a podcast thing. Bro, I'm taking the, man, you crazy. Listen, Calvin Klein back then was better than them little jeans that these youngins got now where they had a little handkerchief hanging out of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now the youngins now, y'all got to see what y'all doing. Yeah, first of all, I'm never going, hey, what's up, babe? I'm never going to scream on my younger guys because I like to work with the youngest. But I'm just trying to show you what y'all doing, we already done, right? Because a lot of the culture now in the city not really from D.C. no more, right? Because we're not looking at the guys from the city who really are from the city, rooted. We look at outside of the city, right? Because of, first of all, gentrification. So that means the population is half of it. So if you only see half of what you can see, then that means you're seeing a portion of what we really are. You follow what I'm saying? Say if I'm talking about 80, if we talk the city and I'm talking about 85, 90%, and then all of a sudden a young man to grow up now, he's 16 to 25 years old, and he only seeing 47%, he's only giving half a selection of what kings look like, right? So now he got a real dim view. So by the selection being so low, his attention span is short. He drifts off. Now he started looking at reels. He started looking at social media. He started looking at rappers, which he can see instant success. He see all the ice and how much time I'm getting. Oh, how I'm getting. Oh, he see, and he's like, oh my God. Now what he does with that, he deletes his real culture. He becomes a subculture. Yeah, he want to be that. And that ain't his culture, right? So now when you do that, what you allow, it's like termites. You allow them to infest the culture, and they dig and they eat up and they chew it away and they chew it up. Now we know we got them other people that look like us already, like termites. They chewing into our culture. You know how termites get in the house? You got to call, man, you can't get them over raid. You got to call professionals, right? Because they so into your structure, right? What's holding you up? What's the foundation of who you really are? They so deep in there. Guess what? If your foundation is infiltrated, you're weak, unstable. So you can't build a house on sand, right? You don't build a house from the roof down, you build it from the ground up. So you can't get structured building from the, you can't. But all over the place, once again, that's what we do. Thanks, Tariq. I want to thank everybody who's been emailing me, everybody who's been calling me, everybody who's been inquiring. Man, what's up with man? The podcast, y'all ain't quit, man. People, you know what? Listen. I'm honored, and Deon, we flattered that people are really, interested in what message we bring. We for the people, right? And we of the people. You know what I'm saying? We are people who you know us. You know what I'm saying? You know us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nobody you trying to meet. You somebody you know. You know what I mean? It's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, getting gospel from somebody you know. That's why somebody that's homegrown from the neighborhood and grow up and be a preacher, like Bishop Twyman, that's why they so successful. Hey, Sabrina, how you doing, sweets? I'm back. We back. Hey, Deon doing good. He came past today. Deon will be back August the 23rd. All the Deonites, you want to hear the laughter. Deon is not gone. Deon is, hey, what do y'all see, Deon? 23rd is a 2. That's what he coming back. We'll work it out. But that's when he gonna. It's the daughter, and his daughter starting new school, private school. He got issues to take care, and he also teaching golf. And you got to understand that when you privately own and you financially ran by yourself, and the product is the product you putting out, ain't nobody can rush you to do nothing because you're financing, we financed, and I'm not sponsored by nobody yet. Hold up. We going into season 3. This is season 3. If anybody been following us, our audience has grown. We had over 100 episodes, had over 75 guests. We had all types of guests. If anybody just tuned in for the first time, I had people to work at the White House. I had Barack Obama, spiritual advisor. If any of y'all don't know what the spiritual advisor is, the spiritual advisor for the president is the first person that the president talks to in the morning. Why? Because before he starts his day to run the world, and from the United States perspective, you got to get his spirit right. Now, that's another question. How do you get up? Some people just get up, take a shower, wash your grass, brush your teeth. Oh, remember I wash, Listerine, I'm gone. There's some people get up, first thing they do is get on their knees and pray. They thank God for, man, let me see no enough. There's different ways that people wake up. How do you get up? Let me know how you get up. How do you get up? Do you pray at night before you go to bed? Are people still praying? Are people still praying over their food? Are people who also want to thank the staff who administered all the treatment on my sister who passed away from cancer. When she passed in May what was it, the 15th, honey? April 25th. Yeah, people say, hey, you don't know. You have to listen. Sometimes I mix dates up, but hey, listen. Sometimes, man, when you got so much in your mind, I know my sister gone. I mean, I know she gone. So the date is symbolic, but the most importantly, she's not here with me. You know what I'm saying? But she's here. So I ain't really focused on the date, not yet, because this is something new. You know what I mean? So let's see. I want to thank all my sister was before she left. I know some people, I know my sister before she left. She was probably in 4 or 5 different hospitals. They did everything they could, possibly every hospital. She was one of the premier patients. All the staff loved her. She went to Georgetown. She went to Seventh-day Adventist out brand new hospital out there on Route 29. She went to Holy Cross. Where else? Where else did she went to one more hospital, honey? There's 3 or 4 of them, but Also want to thank the doctor who was there for our family uh, the entire time. Dr. Ferruzzo, right? Dr. Ferruzzo, who is an oncologist. Now, a lot of y'all don't know what an oncologist is, and neither do I. But this guy actually spoke at the service. He was a VI satellite. For those of y'all didn't make it, he spoke so highly about how my sister was a great patient. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is for people who are going through something because we all are going through something. But some people are going through stuff right now that's a little bit more detrimental or a little bit more heavier than the next person. And some people don't talk about it. But this, I'm hoping that what I'm going to say could help somebody who really going through something. Now, when you are given, which none of us actually know the date that we actually supposed to be expired, but when you come down with a terminally ill condition in your mind subconsciously, although you have faith that you're going to never give up the fight, you also are conscious enough to know that your date is a little bit more short than the next man beside you who hasn't medically been told, hey, you're gonna have 6 months to live, or hey, you know what I mean? So you're gonna have a different mentality. And when you see somebody who's in that condition, who actually kind of like has a better understanding of transitioning on to me and you, because me and you get up, we go to work, we good. We ain't thinking about transition. Man, we think about fish sandwich, cheese, you know what I'm saying, a cold beer, you know what I'm saying? We ain't thinking about going nowhere. But when somebody's terminally ill and they under, the doctor's care 24 hours, they kind of understand that, and for me watching my sister, she kind of like understood that, she was ready to go. She was like, I put my work in because I fought my fight, right? And I want to thank everybody who cleaned her up. I want all the way down to the nurse that washed her up, the nurse that bathed her and stayed with her at 2 a.m. because they just thought she was a God-fearing person. Because sometimes when you get in them hospitals and visiting hours over, you hoping that them people treating your people right. You know what I'm saying? But you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know the type of relationship that the patient and the staff are having because you're not there, because you got to go. You know what I mean? So really, actually, you just like, yeah, we're hoping, because you hoping when you leave, or you praying like, oh, and you kind of like got a little bit to go on because you can see the way they been. But man, we had a staff, man, that took care of my sister, man. They washed and make up her clean. Because when you get to a point in life now, when you get to a point in life where you can't even use the bathroom on your own, right? You don't have enough strength to, get out the bed and use the bathroom. So that means all your pride and that shit gone. It's all the way out the door. All that about, man, hold up. I got a little, how some of y'all fought it and be talking about, man, you fought it. You love a good fight now when you know a motherfucker is really sick. You know what I mean? Because a good fight it now is, you know what I mean? That lets you know motherfucker already got some gas up in him. You know what I mean? But when you at a state, man, where you can't even get out the bed, man, right? If people, we all know people that's been in hospice and stuff like that, where you can't even get out the bed, or somebody who's been brain dead, or you sitting there watching your people that they helpless. You see the flesh, but one thing I learned that they said that your hearing is the last sense to go. So while they may be unconscious, they can hear you in the room talking, and while you say pleasant things, or even if saying, man, what's that motherfucker ass, go ahead and, man, get over it. You could be, some people, everybody ain't been in the room saying no good shit. Some people been trying to collect that cash and want them, don't think, gonna get it twisted now. Everybody ain't, had no good intention when people trying to go, especially if there's some money involved. But when you at that state in life, man, your care and your life is basically in somebody else's hand. And you would pray to God that you get some people that really, have your best interest or your family's best interest, or because they say some people when they get old and get sick, they get mean. They start being hard to tend to or hard to care for, and they don't probably mean it. They just probably really can't believe that they get ready to go. You know what I mean? And then some people don't have patience with them. They do know some people that don't have patience. They smart enough to know him. Ain't really. He ain't really trying to help me. You know what I mean? So, don't be too quick to jump on people. They tell me they mean that people do get different. Well, how would you act? How would you act if your time was short? How would you act if you couldn't go to Wine Down Thursday? Y'all were crying about Wine Down Thursday. Y'all motherfucker wine, man. Before you go, cuz I understand, I want to thank God, man, for blessing you to show me the way when we were in the system anyway, cuz I want to get with you, man, maybe a couple of months from now, and I'll get with you next time. And I come down back home, and I want to get with you and Rick Sini and do a coat drive for the wars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I do a coat drive every year. Man, I got over 150 coats right now. I got over 150 coats right now. I got about 10 bags of coats right now, ready to pass out. I got so many coats last year from the coat drive. But what happened was the year before that, that's when COVID hit. So when COVID hit, what it did is pushed a lot of personal contact events back. And they start prioritizing to stuff that was less free and more about making money. Because you see now, the COVID numbers have went down in some areas, but they still up too. And people are still getting COVID. COVID still exists. The mask in certain areas should be worn. But in certain areas, people, if they're vaccinated, they're thinking they outside. They're like, I'm good. They ain't wearing no mask. I've been wearing it for 2 years. I understand. People are using their own discretion about masks. But trust me, COVID is not gone. Moving from a medical term, we have a couple of new monkeypox, right? Which they're talking about a vaccine for monkeypox. And guess what? They're also talking about a disease that hasn't been here for probably almost like 50 years, polio. So it's a lot of things going on at one time. In case y'all just tuning in, anybody just tuning in, I think, what's the last day for Spread the Love so people can get past there and get them items and help them get that stuff off the shelf, because he will be shutting down, and show him some love for all the love he's been showing in our community. He's been having book bag drives every year at the rec for the kids. He's donated to multiple organizations. He's closed the store down, but he's still located in stores, Shoe City. The Saturday, August the 21st will be the last day for Spread the Love. And I'm telling you, anybody know anything about stuff that's closing down? See, a lot of y'all really, if y'all really shot before, if you get the places that are closing down, you get the best deals. Because he would surely have empty shelves than be taking some of that stuff back with him to another location. What better way for him to leave on his last day but to sell out every item on the shelf? Let's push for that. And see, when we say that, we helping people in our community, the way to help people when they have businesses, tip, put up, support. If you got a gripe with some way that they're doing business, put them to the side and say, look, Slim, it's a way to do everything. But people get better at time with business as they go on. But we need people to stick with each other. We got to we better together than apart. We so much stronger as a unit, opposed to me trying to get all the money or Slim trying to get all the money. Right now, I'm over 2904 Minnesota Avenue, Rebel Rousers. Rebel Rousers. Let's say the verbally encouraging. We got to always push for unity. Now, see, what I'm seeing out here now, I'm seeing a lot of people just start running. Hey, what's up, Tricky Rick? I talked about you, boy. You missed your shout out, boy. I had you and Chris Charles. Listen, your man, I was telling them about when you had, see, y'all get me all over the place. I'll get back to what I was talking about. I'm starting to see a lot of people, which I'm happy because they look like me, be in good positions. And I want you to gloat. And I want you to float. But I want you to make your boat big enough for we all can get on. You know what I'm saying? See, because me, I already know I can't make it by myself. That's why I didn't have to do a podcast by myself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I come to Rebel Rousers. I got a guy I grew up with. He got a studio. You can shoot in here. Man, this guy gives me, he's prompt, he's professional. Why wouldn't I support my own people, man? Why would I go somewhere else? And if I make new alliances, don't get me wrong. Well, some people say, well, sometimes you got to try to meet new people. Okay, cool. That's not, that ain't no problem. But why can't I build from the inside out? Why can't I build with what I know first? You know what I'm saying? Because, see, I ain't clout chase. Because, see, I was hit before cornrows and motherfucking braids and dreads. You dig what I'm saying? I was hit before tattoos and motherfucking guns on your neck and the piercings and all that. I've been here. Man, I'm 58 years old. I've been doing this shit for years. I've been all in the system. You understand? I done been in. My name Green. Green gold. Ain't nobody gonna never tell you, man, some shit. Ooh, they might tell, oh, man, I'm sure somebody don't like me. I want somebody not to like me. That means that, I'm going in the right direction. Everybody don't love me. Ain't no motherfucker everybody love. Motherfuckers, everybody ain't even love Jesus. Man, they nailed this ass to the cross. Let's show you how motherfuckers is, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll take a good motherfucker. So you got to be careful with all that too. I just try to be, I try to come across the board as fair, you know what I mean? And let my work speak for myself. You don't have to tell people all the time what you're doing. Sometimes let somebody else speak about what your works are. If they big enough, somebody else will speak about it. Sometimes if you only speak about what you're doing, then you ain't doing too much. Because Jay-Z can't speak about all the shit he doing. But other motherfuckers talking about what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Floyd can't talk about all the shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? Because the other motherfuckers talking about it. Motherfuckers up underneath. Man, you see the joint we went. He ain't got to show, even though Floyd gonna do that too. He gonna show you 2 million on tape. He gonna let you know I ain't just pump fake. But I'm just going to show you that, man, listen, man. I really, really, really believe that we are not done. It's been plenty instances where we done got together, man. Ain't nobody done shot nobody. Everybody having fun. We parlaying. Look, y'all was doing good over Wind Down Thursday. Y'all fucked it up. Yeah, y'all had a place to go every week for free. Wind Down Thursday. Chilling, everybody ain't seen. I ain't never been over there. I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. You know what? Because something my mother told me, for real. And this is something I need y'all to listen to. Be careful about that free shit, right? Free shit don't have no value, right? Everything costs. You can pay now, you pay later. You know what I mean? Most of his show, I ain't nothing, But I'm talking about tick for tack. Now, some people do stuff for you, generally wine, from the kindness of their heart. I ain't talking about that. Don't get that mixed up with, what I'm talking about free. It's more so, it's not about the exchange. It's more so about the mindset, how you think of something is free. Not understanding that everything out here is costly. You understand? You can't live for free, right? You have to work. You have to get up. And if you got kids, y'all need to get these kids working at an early age. Don't wait till they're 18 years old. Don't talk about it ain't too, oh man, it ain't safe out there. Drive them to work. Me and my wife, when my daughter was 15, 16, you know what we should do? Drive her to work and pick her up. We be tired as hell. But, we are driving to work. Driving to work. Me and my wife, we rotate. And now my 26-year-old daughter is a manager. She drive a Benz to work. She drive her own to work. She manages shit. You see what I'm saying? But right. And see, that come from she had it. It's already in her DNA. So that was part of her makeup. But sometimes you got sometimes you got to stir it up. That's why that DNA is so important. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. See, a lot of people, Slim, people always look at what they accomplish and they fall in love with themselves. Not understanding the makeup, like who you are. Seed of that from grandma. You know what I'm saying? Your greatest parts are from your greatest parts. You know what I'm saying? All the bullshit, that's us. Take all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? That's you. That's the part that you can claim that. See, when you start doing it like that, you understand from what you're from. So you got to go back, right? See, a lot of times, dude, get so far in love, man, I got a new job. Man, I just bought a car. Man, but not understanding that the way you was raised, right, taught you to respect people. The way you was raised taught you to hold the door for a lady when she coming through. See, you ain't teach yourself that. That's some shit that was instilled in you, right? That was some stuff that was instilled in you. Like, man, why do I do that? Some of the best things about you, you do because from what you from. It's passed down. And that's the same situation with a lot of the young people now that everybody looking at them, man, them youngers be tripping. Go look at their parents. Ignorance is passed down too. Go look at their parents. Go look at the mothers. When you look at the little girls that's on the radio, I mean, not only you look at the girls that's on the bus, little cute little girls, like, what's y'all? Why you acting like you cute as a motherfucker? Why you acting like that? You want to bust up, bitch, I kill your motherfucking mother. You know, go look at the mom might be twerking on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So just like when you look at the girls that excel in our community, the ones who were fortunate enough to make it to Duke Ellington or Banneker or some of the elite schools, or someone was strong enough to go to a DC public school and excel on a level that the same person that went to Banneker do. So that's a motherfucker that's super smart. You know what I'm saying? That's a person, because you got a lot of kids that have skipped 1 or 2 times in the area. Then you got to be exceptionally smart to skip. Yeah. Okay, look. Listen, I've been talking to y'all. What they talking about out there? 8:30. My man. Let me call. Let me call my man. Let me call my man. Because these dudes think I'm playing with them. Let me call my man. See, because I ain't been on the mic. And everybody, Deon, let me call my man. Let me see if he would.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing fine. Hey, look, man, why you don't just set up a trailer spot on Thursdays and Monday when you do your thing?
Say what?
Well, you know you can set up at the Global, though.
What you talking about?
Your general.
The podcast?
Hey.
Set up where?
Oh, I got a spot for you, man. You gotta check it out.
Man, listen.
Or the dude. I mean, look, I'm gonna look out for the guy.
Hey, listen.
I'm definitely gonna look out for him.
Listen. I'm not. Listen. First of all, I appreciate that. That, but I'm calling you to tell you, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you,
man. First of all, I didn't get a chance. In case people didn't know, you had the ones that wasn't able to attend for whatever apparent reason. They weren't on the list, or they had something to do, or COVID restrictions. Because now a lot of times people can't attend stuff that they want to attend based on COVID and all that. And we understand that. Everybody understand that, because it's serious times. I'm telling you something, Slim. It's serious times. Now, first of all, we had 2 quarters of us being in the red financially. So technically that's a recession. But people not paying attention to that. Right? Yeah. See, because people not watching the money line, because we still making money. So sometimes we still making money. It's hard for you to actually see you in the red, because money's coming in. Right? But
yes, sir.
I wanted to talk to you about, I really appreciated your 50th birthday party. Man, it was so nice. The food was good. Everybody was peaceful, man. That's right. They kind of want to drag you back into what they didn't want you to change out of. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you see, because man, you on the incline. Some people on the decline. They don't know it yet, though. Right?
There you go.
You on the incline because you understand that it's a few things that happen in your life where you was able to go through your God and Savior, Jesus Christ.
My God.
Right? Where you can see, like, Slim, I gotta make some changes. This ain't me.
That's it. That was it.
This ain't me.
Time. I told you, man.
This ain't me. Hey, listen, man. You listen. It ain't. You ain't. Listen. It ain't. Listen, about. Hey, listen, Slim. It ain't even about. See now, this is what I tell people all the time. It ain't even about what you say no more. It's about what you do. See, people get caught. You know, man. We got some good talkers out here, Slim. Motherfucker talk you somewhere. You be in a motherfucker Trump. You ready to get full in your head. You talk about, but he was talking about something else around the corner. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that it ain't about the talk game is over. This is why a lot of young people don't like listening to old people because they're talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk.
We just had a conversation, me, Javon, and my baby today. We just had a conversation about that.
Yes, it's hard. It's hard. By this being an information age where young people gravitate to information through visual, right? Yeah. Visual and audio. Audio is second now because everybody's tuned into the phone. So to get information, the first thing they're doing is looking at something instead of listening to something.
That's right.
See, now when we came, we was doing the blend 50-50. We'll listen and look. You see what I'm saying? We would do both. But these kids, they're not listening to a lot of stuff that you're saying, but they're looking at what you're doing.
That's it. They're paying attention.
They looking at what you're doing, and so you be saying, "Shorty."
They definitely are.
And when you be telling the young kid, "Shorty, you don't need to be smoking that motherfucking weed out there in front of the people's house like that," but you talking to him with a blunt and a motherfucking ball of Moet in his hand. You think he listening to that shit?
You can't do that. Yeah, you cannot do that.
No, man, and you got to be yourself. You got to be real. You got to be the message that you bring. You can't fool these kids no more. The kids will correct you. And they could be your own kids. They go to Google on your ass. Nah, Daddy, that ain't the way you spell it. You got to do it like this.
That's why I talk to my kids. My kids see. They said, Daddy, you they be cracking me up. But they said, Daddy, they love me though. They know I'm real. They know I'm real.
Bob,
they know I'm real.
Bob,
they know I'm real.
Hey, Bob, listen. I know your boys love you. That's not even. Hey, listen, man. The bar is understood. Some things don't even have to be said. Now they always love you. Now what's happening is you giving them more to love.
Oh yeah.
See, they get more to love. Now they boasting about. You know when your parents start boasting about you, when your kids start, man, yeah, that's my father. You know what I'm saying? What because boys and sons, we bump heads a lot. Because a lot of time, we still got to keep them in check. We the daddy then. Slow down, shorty. Don't worry about my faults. I raised you. I paid for you to go to school. I brought you in this world. Sometimes they get a little side. But Dad, you said you was going to do this. Woo. Hold up, shorty. Hold up. Chill out. Man, I done raised you home. You ain't paid for me. You ain't put food in my mouth. You understand what I'm saying? I raised you since you was a little pup. Right? But at the same time, it can't be all just talk.
That's right.
It's got to be what you're doing today. You see what I'm saying? You can't build off of yesterday's bricks. You got to have bricks for today. It's a new job. It's a new job. You got to have bricks for today. You can't build off yesterday's brick. That mortar done dried up. You got to stir some new mortar, make some new mortar so the bricks can go on fresh and you get your level and then you can plumb it. I don't know if you know anything about masonry. To get the bricks straight, you have to plumb the bricks. That's where you put the plumber up against the brick to make sure it's straight.
Even. That's right. That's right.
Masonry is a little bit about life. It's about you getting your life together, which is the mortar. You stirring it, right? And you laying it down.
That's right.
Laying it down and you taking brick by brick, building your life.
That's it.
Building your life.
My God. Yes, sir.
Building your life. Now, I want everybody to pay attention. I need people to start paying attention. If you are in the metropolitan area, everybody needs to start taking drives in the metropolitan area so you can understand and see where they're building stuff that you can't believe that they're building. They're taking small car lots and turning them into high rises. Well, you like, that was a car lot right there? You know what I'm saying?
God. So that's it. And
small units and
everywhere, like on Georgia Avenue.
Everywhere. Georgia Avenue. You can go right on Benning Road. Go to Benning Road right there, 17th and Benning Road, where they just took a car lot and see
everything like New York, man. Everything, houses, everything buildings.
Well, they have
Building.
people. Listen, they got people. You know how you have
Mhm.
people you on the waiting list to
Yeah.
get them Jordans. You know how they've had people on the list to get Jordans. You ever see how many people be out front of DTLR
Oh
to
man.
get them Jordans? Right?
Soon
Listen,
as Jordan
listen.
come out.
But
Yes, sir.
listen.
Uh.
The line is 10 times longer than that to get new housing in these buildings from people out of town and people from other areas because they have the jobs which they can pay the rent in these buildings, right? Then every one of these buildings, they're gonna have to have they're gonna have to have subsidized living. They're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 people on. Hey, what's up, E? They're gonna have to have 2 or 3 people on each floor, which is affirmative action where they get the contract based on somebody has to be on low income housing in the building for them to get. They don't care about putting 2 or 3 people on a floor where it's 30 apartments, right?
There you go.
They get, and they still gonna get something from the federal government or district government. So they're not giving it to them for free. They're just taking 2 people off the street where they can say, man, we crazy. We got housing for y'all. But just to let y'all know, for residents in DC, the mayor is with a short supply giving up to $1,000 for school supplies and books and pens and papers and for your expenses. So y'all need to check. A lot of y'all can go to Scotty Urban's page. I seen that on his page where he talked about it is a fact. This is not fiction where you can get $1,000 one time. It's a one-time payment of $1,000 for expenses for back to school. And see, these are the type of programs that we need to know about because these are the type of things that we need for kids that don't have. Everybody ain't got. See, we can't keep thinking everybody got school supplies.
That's right.
Everybody don't even have a book bag. Some people, see, if you look at us, be like, we done made it, man. We ain't got to worry about buying no book, but we can get our grandkids book bag. But it's some households, man, where they don't know where they're going to get a book bag from.
That's so true.
They don't know where they're going to get lunch money. They don't know how they're going to get the money for the kid to eat lunch every day.
That's right.
Those are people that I try to be the voice for. People always saying, I got sometimes people be in the barber shop, they be watch. They say, man, why you always giving them dudes $2 and $3? And why you can do $5, man? You gave away $34. I said, man, then you counting that? What the fuck you counting what I done gave somebody?
But we've been giving away a lot of food at the DC public schools.
Oh, there it is right there. If you receive, there it is. If you receive TAF, you get $1,000. What is TAF? Janice. That's Janice, honey. What do you receive? Janice, what is TANF? TANF. What does it stand for? I think the F probably is finance. I want to say that. The T probably would be teachers. I'm guessing.
Teachers finance. What you say?
I don't know. It's TANF. If you look it up, it's TANF. But Bob, I just wanted to touch base with you, man, because I seen you were chiming in. And listen, right now I'm over 2904 Minnesota Avenue. I got a contract with a guy, man, to pull me out the street.
I appreciate you.
Listen.
I respect you, man.
There it is. See, that's what we got the internet. Temporary assistance for needy families. The regular word that all of us know is welfare.
Yes, there you go.
Temporary. That's a cute name for welfare. Temporary. See, they dressed it up.
They did. They really did.
You know what happens? Because welfare is a stigma that makes kids feel with low self-esteem.
Man, like I tell you, man, I've been watching these kids, and the kids feel so ashamed. And the other kids, when they go back in line to get another lunch,
right?
And they looking at the other peers, and I be like, "Oh my God!" And they hide their lunch.
Right.
It's a lot. When you work in the school system, you see a lot.
Right.
You see a lot with these kids.
What, you in PG County?
I'm in DC. I'm at Hardy Middle School in Georgetown.
Okay, yeah, you're right there in the heart of things. So you're right there where you got all kinds of ethnic group of students, white, black, Spanish, everything.
Yes, sir.
Right, because schools like that, closer towards downtown or Georgetown, they're gonna look more like the world opposed to what Washington used to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got to realize, Bob, I don't know how far you go back, but some of us, when we grew up, we didn't have white friends.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have a Chinese friend.
We had one. We didn't have two.
If we had a white boy or other, I'm not going to say white boy, but that's what we call him. If we had a other ethnicity group person, now I'll tell you what we had. We had white boy Keith, white boy Kevin.
That's it.
White boy Keith, white boy Kevin. And we used to call Buff. We used to call Buff a white boy, but Bernard didn't look white. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bernard looked like a little nigga, a little red nigga, but Buff looked white, like a little German. You know what I'm saying? But we never looked at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he grew up with us.
They do. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But see, you got these kids now, they start early, they integrate with other ethnic groups. So they kind of like get a clear understanding of other ethnic groups, but the other ethnic groups don't get a clear understanding of us. You see what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Yeah. So we got, we got to keep it alive, staying alive. Man, look, man, I just called to thank you for what you did for me. And me and my wife attended. The food was good. The people was good. We extended the party. We went with, and I'm gonna say this. The devil is always lurking.
You better believe it.
The devil is always flying around, wondering why you ain't acting like they thought you was going to. You know what I'm saying?
No, I told you, man. One thing about me, when I say something, I mean it.
Yeah, you got to mean it. Yeah, you got to stand on. Yeah, the people fall short, but you standing on what you.
Ernie, I told this joke time, man, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all drink all you want. God has shown me so much, man. I just look at y'all guys, man, and I learned a lot, Ernie, man.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I learned so much, man, and God has been so good to me, so He's been too good to me, and I just watch who I be around, and I had to cut a lot of folks loose.
Hey, let me tell you something. When you start, believe it or not, when you start getting closer to God, you know the devil's gonna fight. They're gonna flee anyway. It's easy. Once they see they can't crack the code, they're gonna flee anyway. You know the sad part about everything is, man, that that all this stuff that's going on in the city with with all these shootings and all these, it's just done got so bad where people afraid to come out the house and you got to keep your kid. No, man, listen. My personal opinion is all this stuff is happening because we have such a great disconnect for God in our community.
Yeah.
Right. We have become creatures of habit. We on the flesh so hard. We become materialistic. We become clout chasers. We've become everything that we see on the internet. We are we a reflection of it now. All the stuff that we used to see happening in other cities by our youth and undeveloped minds digesting so much of it, they didn't start. And not even just, it ain't just about the young. We got old people, man, that's not making a difference neither. They just worrying about advancing their financial pockets. You know what I'm saying? Right. They don't care what they leave behind. You know what I mean? They in their mind, they think they're better than you. You know what I mean? In their mind, they think, wherever you move to Virginia or Maryland or Upper Marlboro, Bowie or whatever. You got some people somewhere.
Hey. Well, you is in the building. I thank God for you, man.
Who, me?
I really,
who you thank God for, me?
Yeah, man.
Man, shit. I thank God for you, bro.
And I'm like, I thank God that you just helping us with your podcast, man.
Man, listen, man, I'm just a word on the street, man. I just try to keep it real 100.
Everything you been through, you speaking about it, man.
Man,
it ain't man. It ain't no. You gotta take this. One thing about I know something about you, sir. You don't like nobody give you no kudos, man. You don't. Let me give you a kudos, man. Let me give you a kudos, man. And you're doing a great job, man. You and Deon. Yeah. You and Deon are doing a great job, man. You helping everybody.
Thank you, man.
And I thank you, man.
Hey, Bob.
I ain't got nothing.
Hey, Bob. Hey, you funny, Slim. One thing about you, when you put that little crap game press on me, man, you don't never let me. Hey, what's up, Lisa Charles? That's Chris Charles. You like, hey, come on, man, let me help you. Like, man, the time somebody stole my car, you like, help me, man. Let me help you, man. Get in my car. I said, man, I got it, Bob. Man, come on, man. Listen, man, Bob. Guess what they did, Slim? I told you what they did that night, didn't I?
What happened?
They told people move my car.
Yeah. Your wife in the banner. Did you call me? Yes, sir. Yeah. I was cracking up. but you know what? I was your friend though.
Oh yeah, you was there. Hey Slim, you couldn't wait to help me. You like, damn, I got him now. What you need, man? Go. Where your car? I said, man, Bob, I got it. I said, Bob, I got it. You said, nah, come on, man, let me help you. You won't let me help you, man. I said, nah, I got it. I said, man, listen, man, Bob, listen. Thank you, man. I love you, man. Keep up the good work. Send baby girl my love, my condolences. Yeah. Tell her she's doing a great job as your counterpart. You do too, cuz. Oh, thank you, Bob. I appreciate you, man. Listen, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for everything, Slim. We'll be chopping it up, and I talked to you about what you wanted to talk about earlier. We might get another day, but I'm in Rabble Rousers, man. 2904, man. I'm locked in, man. This my man. Man, I got to fuck with this dude. This dude realer than they come, man. Sometimes, listen, man, you know what the dude be telling me? I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you go. Man, you don't get man, why you don't get your own barbershop? Man, you could have been had a barbershop. I said, Slim, let me tell you something. This is what I told the dude. I said, first of all, I appreciate you for seeing me in that light, right? Mm-hmm. But I said, man, let me tell you something. If a guy's family give me a chance to change my life around straight out of the penitentiary, I'm loyal to them peoples.
There you go.
Right? I don't just jump ship because I started getting a little money, right? Mm-hmm. I remember who gave me a job straight out of, I'm talking about, that's one of the largest hurdles a man out of the penitentiary has, getting his life back on track financially. Because he can't find a job suitable, because it's like people been gone 10 years. It's hard to find a job to make up 10 years of lost pay. You see what I'm saying? Right. See, you starting job, you starting from the bottom, right? Mm-hmm. So when somebody take you in, man, I'm talking about, man, open their arms, open up every asset that they got. I'm talking about open up. These people already made. They've been in business 50 years. Say, look, whatever you need, Slim, whatever you need, don't feel free. Feel free to ask, man. Listen, we here for you, man. Listen, don't worry. And guess what I do? I do the same thing like you said. No, I'm all right. I'm good. And I fell right into what you said. I ain't take no help. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, Slim, no, we here for you. We here to help you, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, we been here. We good, man. We just want to see you. We know what you've been through, right?
That's it. Yes, sir.
And, man, listen. So when people help me from that magnitude, I owe them a sense. I don't owe them, but I feel obligated to show loyalty.
There you go.
See, I'm big on loyalty, man, because people will jump ship for money, and the people out here will betray you for shit. Y'all got to watch out for people. They say to your friend, but as soon as they get a chance to expose you, they will. As soon as they know something about you that is a secret that they can put on the internet, they will.
They can't wait.
They will. They can't wait. They wait to whisper. They'll give it to somebody else about it. They ain't gonna let it come from you. Those are real snakes. You ain't gonna know it come from them. They'll pass the bone to somebody else who love to talk about you.
Hey, chance is what is in the skin. I already know about these snakes.
Yeah.
I know about these things.
But that's okay.
I've been around too long, Ern.
That's all. Listen, all you gotta do is, man, just keep a positive mindset. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You understand, but I'm just saying, PMA, they calls it positive mental attitude.
That's right.
I don't care what happens. They say of the worst things that happen in your life, you can think of the worst. You can think of the worst thing that ever happened to you. Now, a lot of people can't sum the worst thing that ever happened. It should be one thing in your life that happened to you to this point that's been worse than anything. To me, I got two. I lost my mother and I lost my sister. Those are the two worst things that ever happened to me in my life. Now I've been locked up almost 20 years. That shit, I do that shit on my head. That shit ain't nothing compared to losing your mom and your sibling. Right? If you raised right. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. Yes,
so
sir.
Those are two of the greatest things that ever happened to me in my life. Everything else is just, some shit that both happen. You try a job, you lose a job, you find a job, you lost 100,000, you just gambled into 50,000. That's just some shit you go through. You can get over all that. That's why you done got over that shit 100 times. But it's a few things in your life that's gonna happen to you, and your life will never be the same. But guess what they tell you to do? Listen, I got this from a guy named Napoleon Hill. He say, out the worst thing that ever happened to you, you have to find a blessing.
Man, that's so true.
And it's hard. It's hard because you got to remember it's the worst thing that ever happened to you. So you're gonna rap right now. That's heavy. So you got to do some work. It ain't like, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, my cousin died. They did have a nice funeral. No. That's bullshit.
There you go, man. We really gotta chop it up early, man.
I'm talking about some serious shit.
Serious stuff, man.
Man, it's about growing, Slim. Listen, man. Listen, I'm gonna start calling them out. See, people they be scared to call in, but when I call them, they be ready to talk. They love to talk. Sometimes you gotta ignite that thing.
That's it, young man.
And don't forget, I'm over 2904 Minnesota. And if you have a problem, right? Website. I'm Slim. All the selling gas. So I'm telling you that what I'm saying is it's enough for everybody. Once we start realizing collectively we stronger together. Me and you, that's why when Riggs Park was the strongest, everybody was more together. Now you look at Riggs Park, now everybody scattered out. We weak.
Man,
we vulnerable. We can be had.
Man.
It's easy to run up in Riggs and terrorize now.
That's so
because
true.
It's weak. It ain't strong. And they got more guns than we ever had.
There you go.
They got more guns. Them young boys got more guns than we ever had. But guess what? They're not stronger than us with guns. Because we were real. We were real dudes. We stood out there. We out here. All that what dudes talking about, I'm outside. We stayed there. Ain't something we had to say because we was outside.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We was outside. And my young homies, man, listen, I love my young homies because I need them too. I might need one of them banana clips that they got. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me twisted, we might need them clips.
Man,
if some really kick off with the other, but I'm ready to use the clips on the other people. Yeah, man, not the ones that look like me. See, I'm on that Turner time. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I don't want to take out somebody that look like me. If I'm gonna go to war, I'm gonna go to Civil War.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go with no daggone hood war with nobody. I used to eat over that grandmother. I'm gonna shoot somebody. I know that grandmother and all that. The mama cooked biscuits for me and took me to school, and I rode in her car. How am I gonna shoot her house up? Man, are you retarded?
Man, they just doing some sick shit, man.
Man, I ain't gonna shoot no lady's house up that watched me grow up and gave me food and cooked biscuits for me and mama all wiped my nose when I walked up the street. But look, Slim, this is what we're gonna do. I said I was gonna let you go 10 minutes ago, but you always leave me on. I love you.
Yeah.
Gotta let you go. I'm gonna give you a call when I get out the studio when I get in the ride on the way home.
Man, because we just talked about you today, man.
Hey.
And man, we was talking about how you used to sell clothes before everybody started selling clothes.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember
man,
that.
Boy, you in that bag, you used to come in that little jump out that little Z. You had belts, you had Gucci shoes, and pocketbook.
Listen.
Hey, you was doing it.
Slim,
you was doing it.
I'm gonna tell you who give me that hustle. So you got to give honor where honor is due. Now, me, one thing about me, I'm a natural hustler.
Yes, you are. That's why I was telling. That's why
I can hustle. I can do it all. I can gamble. I can sell that shit. I can work a job. I can do all that. But that's some of the things that you had to learn how to do if you call yourself a street guy. Right?
That's right.
I evolved it. I wasn't raised that way. But once I got out there, I had to learn. I went and go watch dudes who were better than me. I used to go down 9th Street and watch how they sell it. Go to 14th Street and watch how they move. I had to go to Ernest with Paradise and watch how dudes were organized and got it done. 9th and U, 12th and U, 6th and S, right? Where they had strips, where it was organized, where they had headsets. They had dudes watching out for the police, and one dude got the joint, and everybody passed on. They got lieutenants and sergeants.
Yes, sir.
Man, them dudes don't know no about hustle. All they do is ride around with a Glock and 10 bags of weed, smoking 3 of them and shooting at 5 people. Man, that ain't no hustling, man.
Say that again.
Man, you can't help Miss Ray Ray like that. At least if you do get some money, you can help Miss Ray Ray if her groceries, they low. You'll give her $200. It ain't nothing.
That's it.
Right? You'll help somebody with their rent. It ain't nothing. You done made $1,000 before 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? You was about your business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You cared about people, though. Even though you did what you did, you cared about people. So once you stop caring about people, you got problems.
That's so true.
Yeah, you got man, people need people, man. Contrary to what people be on here talking about. I be listening to people talk on Facebook. Well, I don't need this. Man, okay, see how far you go without people.
That's right. That's so true, Ernest.
Man, people need people, man. I don't need nobody. I don't be tripping on nobody. And dudes be saying, man, I'm in my own lane. Sure, you in your own. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making no noise. You ain't making no noise.
Yep, but I'm about to get up. I'm about to get out there. Thank you. Hey, Ernie, man.
Chop it up later. There you have it, man. Good friend of mine, a guy that's on a mission, working in the school system. Just gave us a little bit about the school system. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got less than 5 minutes, man, just in case y'all just tuned in, caught it late. We went all over the place. We talked about a numerous amount of things. I just wanted to talk. We're on season 3, right? This is just a preseason of season 3. I'm just giving y'all something to nibble on until Deon get back. So we'll be having one show a week, and we'll be having guests. Deon won't be back until the 23rd of August. Right, he's on vacation till the 23rd of August, and people are allowed to sit in. If anybody want to sit in and bring a topic, anybody can get up here with me. As long as you have a bio or what you want to talk about and it makes sense, we can put it out there. This is information age. We can push it right out there. I want to also thank JQ, the producer of this show, right here at 2904 Rebel Rousers, Minnesota Avenue, Southeast. Also want to thank my wife for having my back 100% and supporting everything that I do. Also, my family. Also, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight, who commented, everybody who took time, everybody who emailed me, everybody who texted me and wanted to know where the show never left. We were on break, but we'll be back. And this is a preseason of the season, season 3. We have guests coming up. We got stage play. I got my man Antonio Ford, who has a play coming out, Emergency Room. He'll be here next Thursday. Also, I have Anthony Rowley coming this Monday. I will check my page. Go to my page. If you don't know, share the show. If you had a chance to listen, take 1 minute, share the show. If you haven't already subscribed, let somebody know. Subscribe to the page. Go to our YouTube page at All Over the Place Podcast with Slink and Deon. Subscribe. Also, we will be doing the NFL Challenge, $100 to the winner who picks the most winners. Now, it's 17 games for 17 weeks. We will be giving away $100 Monday night on the Monday night show through VI Cash App or Apple Pay. You immediately, as soon as you tally it up, you will receive on that after that Monday night game. And if there's a tie, we'll go to the total score of the Monday night game, because we have had instances where two people had 12 picks and we had to go to the score. And the score, you'll put the total of the game without going over. But the instructions will be on the page, man. So I'm going to give y'all a little something to ride out on. This is my man. Let's see. Give y'all something to ride out on. Y'all tell me how y'all. Tell me how y'all like it.
Just woke up, it's a blessing. Time to go spread this message. Can't get no testimony if you ain't never been tested. Won't hit my phone, I'm pulling up, I ain't bought the be texting. And whatever them people's talking about, tell them to bet it. You know they gon' believe you when you answer all they questions. That's why a real leader only move with real steps. Lifting that heavy metal, only way to deal with pressure. Just slice it up like some paper and throw it in the shredder. I hear they passing out indictments to all of the fellas. We know the story, we just waiting to find out who tell it. When they sent me down to the feds, I was really stressed. I told myself I ain't coming back, bitch, I learned my lesson. The devil was alive, why you acting surprised? Jesus told me he seen Satan falling out the sky. That's probably why I keep on hearing both these babies die. It's a war going on, nigga, gotta choose your side. Put faith in God, that's the one that made it happen for me. Been hit my plug, cause I know my man got it for me. What's up with you? Look at your face, why you ain't happy for me? That's probably cause I got your baby mama capping for me. Okay, let's get this paper. I never been a hater. Just got the house outside the city with the nosy neighbors. They see me pull up in that Audi looking so amazing. Even though they be waving, nigga, they don't make them racist. Okay, switch it up. I'm so lit. With my cup. She say, why you keep.
Ooh-wee. Man, listen, man, that's a taste of EM Tatter, man. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. See y'all Monday, man. Thanks again for Rebel Rousers, 2904 Minnesota Avenue Southeast. I see y'all. And Commanders playing this Saturday. Who do the Commanders play? The Commanders play the Chiefs. I don't think we'll see Patrick Mahomes. So we're going to see a lot of wins. They're going to be flooding wins. So we'll see a lot of wins. Yeah, 3 preseason games. So right. Okay. So this will look more like what we're going to look like. Okay. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, I want to say peace and soul, love, pray for everybody. Y'all know need prayer. Pray for me too. I pray for y'all. Peace.